it's Rachael Stormonth here from NelsonHall, and I'm here to talk today about our latest key vendor assessment, which is on CapGemini, which we were pleased to publish within 24 hours of the H1 results. So how did CapGemini do this last half year? Well, top line growth was down 1.1% organic, so nothing to shout about there. It's as much as it has been really in recent years. But the improvement there was in the adjusted operating margin, which at 7.3% shows that CapGemini is well on its way to meet its full year margin target. So that's the performance. Now, what is CapGemini actually doing behind the scenes to drive margin improvement? The target there is 10% within a few years, which would make CapGemini well ahead of any other European headquartered provider who've also been chasing margin improvements. There's been a number of levers it's been pushing. One which really has brought great results already is pyramid management, which is being managed out of India. So if you look at the offshore leverage, nearly 43% of CapGemini's billable headcount now is in its offshore delivery network, and 44,000 of those 54,000 people are in India itself, and that makes it way ahead of its European peers. Also in pyramid management is actually going down to the bottom of the pyramid, and this also there's been some success already. So in spite of pay rises this year, in the last half year, average remuneration has actually gone down. So tick those boxes to CapGemini. Other levers that it's pushing actually in the margin improvement hunt, and also to improve its competitiveness in pricing, particularly against Indian-oriented providers, is industrialisation and reducing non-labour costs. One example here is a partnership with EMC on storage, and that's reduced costs both for CapGemini internally, standardised on storage, and also for clients. Partnerships there are in other areas apart from storage, and we expect to see more partnerships coming through, perhaps in converged infrastructure. So what about the top line growth that as yet is elusive for CapGemini? Well, this to a great extent in fact, depends upon the success of a series of initiatives which together are called strategic offers. Or strategic global offers they used to be called, and that in itself is a bit of a giveaway, because if you go back a few years ago, a lot of CapGemini's offerings or portfolio were actually quite locally based. Now together, CapGemini is aiming for these strategic offers to contribute 30% of revenues this year, 40% of revenues the next year, and thereafter continue to increase as a proportion of global revenues. And early signs have been encouraging, so 26% growth last year in strategic offers, which is in fact above the target. So the strategic offers themselves, they vary from top-line initiatives, which are really around new technologies such as BIM and testing, and a recent one based upon a new partnership, an extended partnership with Microsoft, is called SkySite. And the KVA looks quite closely at SkySite, but it's an interesting activity, an offering which extends CapGemini's portfolio in the cloud arena. So the strategic offers certainly will be a major contributor to top-line growth. Another thing that we expect to see possibly from next year is a resumption of acquisition activity. Now, CapGemini had a spate of acquisitions in 2010 to 11. This came to a halt because of, frankly, because of the cash position. The cash position is now improving, and there are hints that actually it may get back to acquisition activity next year. So where might it acquire? Well, possibly to enhance its presence in North America, which has been a growth engine until, in fact, this last half year. Perhaps to strengthen CapGemini Consulting, which even in a soft market is struggling, and certainly to bring IP. So to sum up, CapGemini is really working hard to make itself more price competitive, certainly against its Indians. One thing I haven't mentioned is win rate has improved from a year ago, so that's encouraging. and it does look indeed as if it's well on its way to getting that 10% margin, which in fact would put it way ahead of any other European major that's been trying to do chase that target for a while. The top line growth is currently elusive, but the indications are that this too will come in time.